Alright, I should probably lead off by saying this is not a new Civ series, and I was supposed to record behind closed doors today, but I decided not to because I got the idea for this video instead. And I figured out there will be no recording tomorrow, Saturday, Sunday, Monday there will be. So there's going to be 3 days of no recording. And unfortunately I'm going to miss my Civ 5 recording, and my Town, but I haven't played Town in so long. Jesus. But anyway, this video today, it's basically just going to be looking at starting locations. I already did, this will go under the Civ 5 game mechanics and fundamentals because picking the best start location is fundamental to the game. I mean, your capital is your main city, even if you go Liberty, so. But, especially if you go like Tradition or Piety Opener, which Piety Openers and free-for-alls normally aren't good, but you can do some cool stuff if you like teams. Have one person go all in religion. But yeah, so the first thing you should look at when you at your starting location is, before I even enter, I know this starting location is garbage because it says minimal production. I only see 2 hills. I see a silver. That's still going to be a bit of production, but it's only going to be 1 with a mine. That'll be a 2-1-2, so. But even more important than that, looking at your Civ, Gandhi. Gandhi is tall. It's a tall Civ, so if you're playing Gandhi any other than tall, you're doing it wrong because of his ability. So you could, like, good Civs for wide are probably the best Rome. Rome's really good because of his unique ability. You get bonus production towards buildings that you've already built in your cap, so it's logical. Another surprisingly good Civ is China, because their libraries give you +4 gold, and one of the main problems with Liberty is gold. Another good wide Civ is actually Ramses. If you can get your temples up, that is. That's a bit much, but that would really deal with unhappiness. Another good wide Civ is actually Maya, because they're unique buildings early, which it's literally one of the first you build a shrine, and it's actually really good. So yeah, I guess if you're looking for wide Civs, pick from one of those. There are more, but I just can't think of them for now, I guess. I don't know. Civs that offset Civs that would offset the penalties for going wide. That's Rome, China, and then any other really Civs that have gold and or happiness, early game gold and happiness. Those are really the best wide Civs, mainly from buildings. But yeah, let's look at the start. All right, so yeah, this is a fairly bad start. I'm literally just going to do the first turn. I'm gonna reload. If I move my warrior, does that prevent me from restarting the game? I think it does. But what I'll do is I'll do this probably for 30 minutes and then but yeah. So essentially, when looking at a start location, you have to take into many factors. These aren't in any particular order of importance, but the first factor is the tile you're settling on. If you settle on a grassland river, you're going to get all the river buildings. So that'd be like watermill, hydro plants. There's probably more I just can't think of right now. Yeah, and also flatland grassland, or flat grassland. So that means you're going to be able to build a windmill, but you're also not on a hill. So I'd almost always rather take a hill than a flatland, unless the resources are obviously different. If you gave me this tile with a hill, I would take it. Like, if everything was the same and this was a hill, I'd always take it 100% of the time. But because when you settle on a flatland, your city gets 2 food, 1 production. But if you settle on a hill, you get 2 food, 2 production. And if you settle on a hill and work at least 1 production tile, so if this was a hill and this was the best viable tile, I'd probably work one of these. But if this was the best one, you could get a scout in 3 turns in step 4. Which is important for early game exploration. And this is also assuming you're on quick. But So first is the tile itself. Also, whether it's on the coast or mountain. Neither of those I have right now. Mountains are good because if you're adjacent to one, you get an observatory. Granted, it takes up a spot in your inner ring, but still, observatory, especially if it's in your capital, I'd say it's worth it. Unless, obviously, the resources are different, but yeah. The next option is probably, and also coast. I'd almost always, if you start on the coast, I'd almost always stay on the coast, because if you move off, you forfeit the chance to feed your capital with cargo ships, which are really good. But I do know in competitive Civ, lots of people do move off because they don't want to get frigated. So, frigate warfare is very common. Next is the luxury resources, and also strategic and bonus resources. You can't see strategic resources immediately, but I do play with, I can't see, but I do play with strategic balance. So moving away from your starting spot, you have to consider maybe losing a strategic resource. So like, the thing is, my strategic resources given this start could be anywhere. So I mean, moving away doesn't, I'm not really tempted by that. But by these three resources, I'm going to want these three. So luxury resources, you want pretty much, your capital, I wouldn't say it's guaranteed, but most of the time you will get 2 unique luxury resources. And for me, in this start, that'd be incense and mining, or silver. This was leading me off that you almost always want mining, masonry, or trapping resources. You never want calendar resources. Calendar resources are garbage. Yeah. But, unfortunately, we can't see any bonus resources yet, but if I move my warrior, I'm pretty sure I will. Knowing that, you also have to consider the tiles in your first ring, which is the 6 tiles adjacent to your city center. The second ring, how many tiles is that? I'm already going to lose count. But the next 12 tiles adjacent, and then one more ring, I'm pretty sure that's 18. I'm pretty sure it just goes up by 6 each time. I'm probably making this harder than it needs to be, but so like we have 2 chops here, and not only that, we also have, well, mainly this is where you're starting growth tiles. So like the only 2 growth tiles I have are these 2. So I'll work this, grow, work this, and then grow here and probably stagnate. It's still gonna grow, just it'll take a while. But if I move, I might give up like a couple growth tiles, or I might gain a few. So if I move like down, I'll gain a lot of growth tiles. There won't be good growth tiles, but 2 food tiles you can grow early on with those. No, I should have done all this before, but also like these tiles can be chopped if you want to chop early on for like whatever. I would have 2 chops in my inner ring, or my first ring. And there's also more in the second, but it takes a while for your city to expand, and it prioritizes resources rather than just unfortunately, you can't control city expansion, so you have to rely on your first ring. Also, I have a good production tile, so when my city grows, it'll grow to this tile: 2 food, 2 hammers, 2 gold. So, and also if I have to build settlers, I'd also be able to work that. So it's not too bad. I have a production tile within my inner ring. But yeah, so now you should always move the warrior before settler. Not always. Well, I don't really know if there's a scenario where you wouldn't, but just use your best discretion. So usually what you want to do is you want to scout for like around, like, I just send them away, but ideally what you want to do is you want to scout around your settlers. So like reveal tiles that would be in your cap if you settled on spot, and then you would determine whether it's good to move or not. But like the problem is with all this forest here, if I move like here or here, that won't reveal much because there's more forest. If I move here, I would reveal 3 tiles, and one of them I already know is a forest tile. So the other 2, this one's a river tile, but this one I don't know. If I move here, it'd be best to move here or here, because that would give me the most vision in the first turn. So like I know there's river, so there's our river tiles here, and here I know the river goes this way. So unfortunately it's all flatland, so I can't like end my turn on a hill, and that would like give me, if I move here and here, if moving here would reveal this tile, this tile, this tile, and this tile, and this tile, and then moving up here would reveal that tile, but I don't really care about this tile, so I'd rather just go to here, here. If I move here, it will reveal this tile, or these three, and then also depending what I do from here. But yeah, I'd rather not get as far away from my settler as I can, because I want to reveal the most hexes as possible. Because you could always use your settler for the first turn to scout a bit. So like if I move my warrior here and then I move my settler here to reveal these tiles, that's a possibility. But you just gotta take everything into consideration. So I think I'm gonna move here first. Luckily I find an ancient ruin. There are more hills here. And then moving here reveals 1, 2 tiles. Moving here reveals 2. So I guess it doesn't really matter. But I'm gonna want this. Alright. So with my starting location. This is fairly terrible. I'd say if you got this in a single player, you restart the game. That's what I would do. Can I actually restart it? Oh, I can restart the game before. I think it's before I settle my first city I can restart the game. So that's good. I'll probably restart this again just to see. And it'll be quicker because I need to spend the first 10 minutes like clarifying everything. In the first turn you get infinite time, so in a multiplayer game, take your damn time. But Don't like take 10 minutes like I'm doing, but just don't feel rushed. So I want to essentially, I don't see a better tile that I could start my city on, my actual city. So that's the thing. I want to keep these within my city borders. A better tile to work early on would be this. So if I move here, sell next turn, work this. That would be better because it'd be an extra 2 gold per turn, but yeah. And then, also, but I would lose this tile. Not only that, yeah, I'd lose this tile in my inner ring. And then this tile I don't really care about. I care about the luxury resource, but I don't care about the actual tile. It's garbage. So, I actually might consider that. Because what I'm thinking is, I'm moving down here, the tile top left of my warrior. I have the same like workable, I guess I don't have a good production tile, but my first expand will probably be here. The first tile I say will expand to will probably be this tile. So after, when I grow a 2-pop I won't have a good production tile, but when I grow a 3 I will have a good production tile. And unfortunately I move away from the incense, so it's going to take a bit longer for my say to get to the incense, but since I'm going tradition tall as Gandhi, my culture and my cap should eventually expand there fairly quickly. It'll probably expand here, here, and then here if I move here. But what this also allows me to do, if I move here, I expend my full turn. So what I can do is I can move here and scout out this, because there's probably nothing here. Because I know it's Tundra North. I don't want to go north. I don't want to be on Tundra. So ideally, I would get as far away from that as possible. So, and not only that, moving here gives me better production because I have these three tiles, and that gives me another silver, especially the silver. But these 3 tiles are better for production because I'm gonna cut all these down. I lose this hill, but it's losing 1 and gaining 3. So, I think I'm gonna move here and then scout here. Also, I get a cattle, which is nice. So, if I practice next turn, I'm not going to restart. But essentially, what I do is I pick up this next turn. Hold on, I'm going to check. So I can still restart the game. As long as I don't sell my first city, I can restart the game. Oh, no, I can't. I was wrong. So essentially what I said I was going to do next is I'm going to pick up this barb camp. Oh, that'd be dangerous if a barb... Oh, no, because there's river. Thankfully. But there's barb camp here, so I'd move here. Yeah, it's all desert here, so there's no reason to go any further down. I'd move here, settle. This would be my first city. I gained a cattle and a silver, but I probably ended up giving up something. Granted, this start's still garbage. Is it going to expand to there first? Nope, there. So I was wrong, so I wouldn't get a good production tile. I guess, I don't know. I could buy it if I get enough gold, but yeah, I'm actually... So, I know I can't go past the first... Alright, so... I'm getting this down. Let's see what I get this time. I'm going to do about, Brazil. You also have to take a look at the civilization starting bias. Brazil, jungle bias. Because of their Brazil wood camps. Jungle starts are usually bad because you get no production. If like half of your city is jungle and half... Alright, so I have no clue what the fuck this start is. No jungle at all flatland plains. But flatland plains, freshwater, floodplains, hills. So far, without clicking into the game, this looks like a not bad start. Unfortunately, it's lacking production, and it's also vulnerable to attack from the west. But alright, so we get silk and ivory. Unideal, but actually, trapper resources are garbage. Scrapboy said about wanting trapper resources. You want mining or masonry? Mining, masonry, or sailing resources. Those are the ones you want. You don't want this garbage. I don't care for ivory. So your first move obviously has to be towards the ancient ruins. So that'd be here. But if I move here, that'd be a waste. Actually, no. I am going to move here. I could have moved here and revealed a bit more, but next turn I'm going to move here and then grab that. But the thing is, I'm basically pretty much you're allowed to go into this. Because someone else might spawn down here and might want it. And if you get that first, that could be a boost to your early game. So, now what to do with our actual settle? Looking at it again, these lands are fairly weak because you don't really have much freshwater. Is that sea state? No, that's actual jungle. Alright, so we have one jungle. But we only have 1, 2, 3 plains, freshwater plains within our capital's border, so that's unfortunate. We do have lots of floodplains and hills, though, so that's pretty good. But the thing is, I can move down here because I don't want this tile within my... I'm going to be working these floodplains tiles. I don't want this tile. This is a garbage production tile. So what I'm considering moving down here because this would give me the second ivory, this second copy of ivory. And it would also give me a better production tile in my cap. And I'd also have growth tiles as well. So, that's a thing also. Be right back. Alright, so... yeah, I think I am going to go with my decision to move here. Unfortunately, I can't reveal my tiles except these two. Yeah, it's just more desert. I was hoping for something else, but I don't know what I expected. Also moving here, oh no, I would have had an opportunity to build Petra here as well. So here I have to go here, reveal this. Alright, so more river tiles, but unfortunately, no more resources. Yeah, this gives us one more flatland plains tile, or freshwater plains tile, some more floodplains. But yeah, I think ultimately, I'm going to settle here. Also, there's more behind here. Alright, gives me some more hills. Yeah, this start also, this is a little bit better than last start, but still not too great. Oh yeah, I forgot. God damn it. Oh well. Was it after the first turn? Yeah, I can't end the turn. I forgot. God damn. Alright, I have to remember this time. But that was weird, gain Brazil and not gain a desert start instead of a jungle start. Alright, Maria Theresa. An actual good save. Yeah. Well, you guys are first. I forgot, honestly. But yeah. Maria Theresa. Brazil, you want to go tall because you're going culture. Or you're generally going culture. What the hell? Look at all these hills. Jesus, if I get Petra, then I've won the game. Look, holy shit. This start, I don't think I've gotten a start like this. If I get Petra, I win the game. There's, how many desert hills is that? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Also Desert Oasis, which is... Desert hills are great. Desert Oasis... No. Scrap that. Desert hills with Petra are amazing. Desert Oasis with Petra is great. And then Flatland Desert, no one cares. But this also is freshwater, so that'd be a 3 food, 1 production tile off the once with civil service. Jesus. Holy shit. And also 2 mining luxuries, a sheep, and wheat. This start's amazing. This is one of the best starts I've seen in a while. For exploration, I noticed there's a river here. Unfortunately, where do I even go? I'm not moving up here. I want to get the Petra this game. Granted, it's immortal, but I'm still going for it. Open tech tree currency. Going for Petra. No, straight to currency, and then currency, then straight to nukes. Alright, there. My tech path is set for the whole game. But anyway, unfortunately I can't move a lot, but I'll probably end up moving this way. If I move here, I expose this tile, this tile, and this tile. If I move here, I expose these three. I'll probably end up moving here because I want to see more river tiles. Alright, so this is a mountain absolutely useless. Holy shit, look at these. Oh my god. This... If I move here, how many desert tile hills we get? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. If I move here, I get 12 desert hills. Also, the desert oasis still. And probably more this way. Jesus, this start. Where do I even go with this? Alright, so... Here's the thing. I'm probably going to move here, and then move here, and then settle here. I get the oasis for growth, and then, unfortunately, I'm moving away from my second growth tile, the wheat. But I assume it'll expand there or the silver first. I get better production within my inner ring, though. Also, that gives me access to our sheep. Hill sheep, as a matter of fact. Almost all sheep's on hills, so I don't know why I'm saying that. Like it's special, but... Actually, think about it. I'm pretty sure all the sheep tiles are on hills. But yeah, moving here also expose this tile, and then moving here. Well, I'll settle here, and then go for the Petra. So move here, that's just flatland desert, no one cares about that. And then move here. So I settle here, I work this. Actually, that's still 4 foods, so I'll be able to grow the 3 pop just working these 2. And then by then, hopefully, my cap will eventually expand here, so then I'd be able to unwork a production tile, work that. Maybe even work this, depending on how long it'll take for my city to grow a 3 pop. But yeah, this start's amazing. Especially if you get Petra, you win the game. Hands down. This is, I gotta recount, hold on. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. And then the oasis. So 13 good desert tiles you can work. And technically this, 14, 12 desert hills. But also, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of them have resources. Not only that, I'd probably get a farm on this hill, but yeah, 5 of the 12 have resources. So like even better, you're not just working like just standard desert hills with Petra are amazing. Desert resource hills with Petra are amazing. These sheep tiles, especially sheep tiles, how much? That's a 2-3, so it gets buffed to a 3-4. That's a 3-4 tile if you have it with a stable. If you have a pasture with a stable, that's a 3-4 tile. That's insane. And then these hills will become, there'll be 2 production, you get 2 more production from mines long before these standard desert hills get 2 production from mines. So that's effectively a 1-4-2. All these will be just a 1-3. So yeah, this starts amazing. Unfortunately, there's a bit of lack of food by moving here, but I'm banking on getting Petra this game. So, anyway, now let's restart. Unfortunately, we're not going to get as good of a start. Essentially restarting, and I'm pretty sure the map's the same. It might be different, but I'm pretty sure the civs are the same. I don't really know what I'm talking about, but... That start was infinitely better compared to the first 2 yet. I don't think we can top it in this video, or maybe ever. Yeah, this start's nowhere near as good, just looking at it. Alright, so, I'm not liking the look at this. This is absolutely terrible. So, yeah. Let's see, what would I do? Thankfully, there's tons of potential production if I cut these. And then these will be farms. These 4 will be farms, but they'll also be hills, so that'd be 2 production each. This will be a farm. I'll probably just cut this and be a hill. Same with this. If there's a jungle hill, I cut it. If there's flatland jungle, I leave it. That's my motto. You need some production in a jungle start. Alright. Ideally, I'd want to move to one of these hills, but I don't want to give up this tile in my starting. ring, unfortunately. But that's depending on what we see. That might be a price for one we might have to make. All right, so I'm going to definitely move up because I want this marble within my starting city borders, or I want it within 3 tiles of my city, within my third ring. Ideally, if you can move to get 3 luxuries in your capital, I'd almost always do that. That's especially as tradition. That's great, having three luxury cap. I don't know where our second luxury is. We might not have one, but I'm moving towards this. I could either move here, settle first turn, have this within my borders, or move to the hill, work this. It'll be the same production either way. So this will get me a bit more golden. It'll probably expand here first. So I guess either way it doesn't really matter. So I could settle now, or I can move here, banking on it. Alright, so that also puts me close to the cattle. So this actually, now that we've moved, this start isn't actually too bad. We've gained a cattle, a sheep, a marble, a lot more production. We've moved away from food, but we still have some good food. These will be 4 food tiles. These will be, well, these will all be 4 food tiles. I'll be doing farms on these hills. And yeah, this is actually, unfortunately we probably moved away from our luxury, but this is a lot better than when we first started. This was terrible, but let's restart the game. So that's probably the second best start. Yeah, I'm just gonna do this for a few more minutes because it's almost 30 minutes. It's essentially the same thing you're looking for each time. I want to get one where the starting position is the best start, and there's no way to improve it. But I'll have to see. All right, so another desert start. Not as good. We get a first. And the reason why I say trapping luxuries are better than plantation luxuries is if you could get +1 food from camps. Essentially, when you improve a trapping luxury, you'll get +1 food, +1 production, which is pretty good. But yeah, alright, so ideally I'd want to move on to a hill, but there's only 2 options. Or I guess there's 3, but I'm going to scout this way. So there's a sheep. Then let's move here. This is coast. I might want to move here. Here's the thing. Yeah, I might want to move here onto the coast because I still keep both luxuries within my capital. I allow myself to work more floodplain tiles, and I also get a hill start and a river start, which, well, I already have that, but I'm potentially moving away from anything here, but right now it's just all forested. This will be a freshwater plains, but these are going to be hills that I can chop. These will just be random forest plains tiles I don't care about. But if I want to settle inland, I want to keep the sheep in range, so I would move here instead. So I would take, the problem is if I move here, that'll take 1, 2, that'll be a turn 3 settle, which puts me a scout behind if someone started on a hill and started working a production tile from turn 1. So you gotta take that into consideration. So what I'll probably do, because either way I'm going to move here, pretty much, because I want the sheep within range. I could move here, which might not be a bad idea, but still, if I moved here, I would move here, expose these tiles, and then move across the river. So, alright, yeah, these are crappy desert tiles. It's tough, but, you know what? So essentially what I can do is I can move here, stay inland, get everything here, also get the sheep, or I can move here, take the coast, bank for a good secondary settlement so I can send production to my capital, or food to my capital. But here's the thing. If I settle here, I don't get good production. This is garbage. And these are grassland tiles, so I'll probably end up cutting these. I'll have one other hill. So I might actually give up the coast, because it's not looking too promising down here. I'm gonna want whatever's here for production, so I'm gonna have to move here, and then I'll settle here next turn. This also gives me one more tile to work in my capital, so I won't stagnate at pop 2. one more good, well not good, but one more food tile. And then this, it'll expand to here quicker, which is my only good production tile early on. So, but still, I have this, so I mean, I don't see this as a Petro city, because there's only 2 desert hills, but this will still be a good tile regardless. Same with this. So, that's the one of the few times where I wouldn't go on the coast. There was just no promise in the lands surrounding it. Yeah, this will be the last one. Just because it's been 30 minutes, and I don't really want to make this a long video. Alright, what the hell are these mountains? It's a lot of mountains. I don't know if Maria Theresa has a star bias or not. So I guess there's only one way I can scout with this. Jesus. Move here. Salt! This start got a whole lot better. Let's see, what do I have in range? I have everything that I can see in range. I have gold, wheat, sheep, salt, another wheat. Alright. Here's the thing. I'm considering settling in place. Because I want all of these resources. And I can only get them if I settle here, here, here. And I don't want to settle here because that. So that basically leaves me with these 2 tiles. But I'm willing to take a turn. Here's the thing. I'm going to stagnate at pop 2. I don't think I want to move here because I wouldn't have a good starting growth tile. I have good starting production tiles, but so I'd basically have to settle here. Because this is I need this tile to grow to pop 2. And I'd probably stagnate, unless it grows to the salt. It probably will, but. However, because it's going to stagnate at pop 2, I'm willing to. I might move my settler here to expose these tiles, and then move it back, and then sell the next turn. I don't see it as that bad of an option, I mean. Or I could move here, and then move here, and then settle. That's not too bad of an option. It exposes more tiles at the cost of a single turn. So that's not too promising. That was pretty useless, but at least I know what's here. So the next turn, I explore this with my warrior, move my settler here, and then settle. And yeah, but I mean, that's it for this video, really. I mean, I'm not playing Civ 5 on this computer, so I have no reason to keep this game, but. So, I mean, that was. I guess. I haven't made a. I know I made an early game video, but I haven't really made a starting location video. And I guess this should be the last video for that series, just unless I think of a new idea. But yeah, I mean that's really it. Yeah, starts are important in Civ 5. In Civ 6 I sell in place. I'm not knowledgeable in Civ 6. I just click found city first turn. But yep, I guess that's it for this video. Not tomorrow, but Monday it is then.